American skunk cabbage. A plant that smells like a skunk? Why not? Decided Mother Nature. And that's the way the skunk cabbage appeared. It grows in swamps and has impressive yellow or purple flowers sticking out above the surface of the water. Despite the fact that American indigenous people used to eat separate parts of this marshy, stinky plant, too much of it can cause acute poisoning by calcium oxalate. The consequences of this are very unpleasant, up to total failure of some organs. Buttercup. You have probably seen a buttercup before. These harmless yellow flowers can grow in the middle of a flowering meadow. So, what could possibly be wrong with that? Beware, all this is just a disguise. The buttercup is capable of causing severe burns when it comes in contact with the skin. And animals that accidentally eat it get a strong intestinal poisoning. However, for humans, the situation is even worse. The nervous system and even some organs fail, and a slow death sets in. And if after all this you still don't want to run away from buttercups, congratulations then, you are a real hero. Giant hogweed. If the buttercup looks cute and innocent, then the hogweed got here from some other planet to destroy humanity. In height, this plant can reach 8 feet, and any contact with it causes severe burns. The juice of the hogweed reacts to sunlight and is able to burn the skin and then cause necrosis. Even a small amount of this juice in the eyes can blind a person or an animal forever. And just imagine, the hogweed used to be planted for decorative purposes. Brugmansia. Oh, what a beauty, you may say, and you'll be right. But apart from its neat cream colors, this plant also has a powerful complex of toxins that can mess with your senses. It is not by chance that Brugmansia is used to create one of the strongest drugs in the world, literally capable of turning a person into a zombie for several days. Even staying near this plant is dangerous, not to mention touching it or sniffing its flowers. Himalayan blackberry. The Himalayan blackberry itself is not poisonous, but it is abundantly covered with strong spines, which can be about 1 inch in length. Could you picture this? And now imagine what will happen if your foot accidentally gets in a ditch full of such bushes. It is said that after meeting this blackberry, some people even needed to be hospitalized. Stinging brush. As it often happens, the most dangerous things come from Australia. This stinging brush grows in the Australian jungle and can rightfully be considered one of the most dangerous plants on the planet, and its burn is often called the most painful. Some of the victims compare the sensation with hot acid being poured onto the skin, and it seems that they are not exaggerating. This horrible tree contains one of the most persistent toxins known to man, so the burning feeling can last up to 2 years after an accident. So, if you are in Australia, don't go near this plant. New Zealand's tree nettle, or Onga Onga. If you always thought that the most dangerous creature in New Zealand are the orcs who lost their way after filming The Lord of the Rings, then you are mistaken, because here grows the Onga Onga, despite its funny name. This plant, similar to the giant nettle, is capable of killing a person who simply touches it. Well disguised, Onga Onga is armed with fairly large needles which, at the slightest contact, inject instantly a potentially fatal neurotoxin into the victim. So, one New Zealand hunter died, accidentally hitting the plant with his hand, and as a result, his nervous system simply failed. However, if death does not occur on the spot, then over time, a person can develop a disease called polyneuropathy, which won't lead to anything good. Clathrus archery. In fact, this infernal creature is not a plant. It's a fungus known as the devil's fingers. Well, look at those terrible tentacles reaching out to you from the depths of the underworld. And although the devil's fingers isn't able to drag you to hell, and can be considered the most harmless plant in this list, its appearance can certainly scare you to death. It's interesting that this fungus hatches from jelly-like eggs and then grows up, exuding a pungent smell of rotting flesh. And, as if deciding to finish us off, nature gave the mushroom a dark, sticky slime as well. We think it is not necessary to say that this devilish creature doesn't belong to the group of edible mushrooms, and hardly anyone in their right mind will ever want to try a piece. By the way, have you ever encountered one of these plants? Share your story with us. We'd like to know. Leave us some comments.